Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the new Naked palette, and this one is the Cherry palette. And this is how the packaging looks, and this is the back. This is the inside. It's a really nice packaging. It has like a bunch of cherries. And this is the back of the palette. And it does come with this brush. I feel like all their palettes come with the same type of brush. And this is how the brush looks like. And this is like a really cute brush. It's like kind of see-through. It's like a pink see-through type of material. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and insert some swatches now. I do want to mention that these shades right here, like the really lighter shades, when I was swatching them, they do feel like a little bit powdery. You can kind of tell that it like picked up some fallout. We're going to see how they work on the lids. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in for the eye look. For my transition color, I want to use this shade right here. And this is the shade Juicy. And I'm just going to apply this shade all over my lid. And this pink, it's pretty pigmented for looking that light in the pan. I didn't really see that much fallout. It has a little bit, but not too much, so that's good. I'm gonna just go in with the brush that came in with the palette, and I'm going to apply this shade right here, and this one's Bling. And I'm going to apply this to the outer corner and then work it up to the lid. Okay, so now that I have that shade, I'm going to go back in with the transition color, which is called Juicy. And I'm going to blend this out. So the brush that it came with, it's a little bit stiff, so I'm going to use a different brush. And I'm taking this shade right here. And this one is Devilish. And I am applying this to the outer corner. I'm going to cut my crease. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Sand. I'm going to take the shade Bang Bang. And I'm applying this on top of the concealer that we just applied. So I feel like the brush isn't really picking up the shade, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to wet this, and I'm using the Hangover setting spray. Next, I'm going to take the shade Young Love. And I'm going to just blend this into the outer corner and work it into the shade that we just applied. Now I'm going to take the shade Privacy and I'm just going to apply this to the outer corner and just deepen up the look a bit. And I'm gonna go back in with the shade Devilish and blend that in with the deeper shade just so it's not as harsh. Okay, so this is how the eyeshadow is looking so far. I am gonna do the other eye. I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup on and I'll be right back. Hey guys, so this is the finished look. I did apply the same mattes that I applied to the lid to the bottom lash line. I also took this Stila glitter and this is in Kitten Karma and I just put it in the inner corner. And yeah, so this is the look. And I'm going to zoom you guys into the eye look. Okay, so for my thoughts on the eyeshadow palette, I really did enjoy the palette. There's just a few things that I did notice with it. With this shade right here, I did apply it using like a setting spray and I noticed on the lid that it started getting like a little bit flaky once it started to dry. So this was actually off camera. I had to like scrape it off with my nails a little bit and then like put it over again, but lightly use like the setting spray. So like I think I had put in too much setting spray and it like was too wet, or I don't know, but it started getting like really flaky, so I had to like redo just that little bit of like, it wasn't too much, it was like this little piece that I just had to like redo, and it was just with this shade. So just keep in mind, I guess, when using this shade, I don't know if it's just my palette, but that's what I did notice. That's not too much of a big deal. It was easy to fix. I just know that I have to like not use such a wet brush with that shade. And for the mattes, they were really easy to work with. They are really pigmented. I didn't have any problems using the mattes. They are a little bit dry. It's not like that really creamy formula, but I mean, they work really well on the lid. So for the shimmers, I feel like the shimmers are really nice. Like I said, like, you know, like that shade that was this shade right here, which is the only one that I had a problem with. But the other shades also, when I was swatching them, they did feel a lot more creamier than that shade. That shade kind of felt like a little bit like chunky. So I feel like it's just that particular shade. All the other shades, they worked really well. I do want to mention that I was a little bit disappointed when I opened up the palette, and for some reason I thought it was gonna smell like cherries, because it's like cherries all over and it's like named like the cherry palette. So that's like the only thing that I'm like disappointed, is that it didn't smell like cherries. I know like a lot of people don't mind it, but like for me, I like stuff that's scented. Like I like makeup that's scented. So I was like super excited. I was like, oh, it's gonna smell like cherries, but I mean, it doesn't. And for the mattes, they were really easy to work with. They are really pigmented. I didn't have any problems using the mattes. They are a little bit dry. It's not like that really creamy formula, but I mean, they work really well on the lid. This palette does retail for $49. I did purchase it off the Ulta website, and you can order it online and it will be in stores, I believe, on the 26th. But yeah, overall I feel like this palette is a great palette. The colors are really pretty. If you're really into those like pinks and reds, I really do recommend this palette. Those are my final thoughts. I will leave in the description box of all the products that I used if you guys are interested. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.